can I transfer my mortgage to my new home? It may seem like a silly question, but the answer is yes, of course you can. You can, it's referred to as porting or transferring your mortgage, and of course with any decision there's lots of things to think about, so here's a couple of things that you might want to think about if you've often wondered about, look, we're buying a new home, can we just port the mortgage that we have? What are some things we need to think about? And so some people, the first question to ask is, why are you porting your mortgage? And kind of the two most popular reasons for wanting to just port the mortgage as opposed to paying it out and getting a new mortgage is because the interest rate on the mortgage is really, really good and somebody wants to keep it when they move to their new home, or because they want to avoid the penalties that are associated with paying out their mortgage. And so as a quick example of that, if you, today, say interest rates are 2.8% for a 5-year mortgage, but when you got your mortgage, say your interest rate was 5.4, and so if you paid out your mortgage today, you're going to have a pretty massive penalty. And so the ability for you to port your mortgage, move it to the new property, and avoid the penalty entirely might be a better decision than just simply paying it out and getting a new mortgage today at 2.89%. So like anything, you've got to make sure that you do the math to make sure that you understand whether or not porting your mortgage makes sense. Sometimes paying out the mortgage, getting a new mortgage is the better decision financially. Sometimes keeping the mortgage and then using a line of credit to make up the difference is a better decision. But what you may not know, just something to keep in the back of your mind, is that not every lender allows porting. In fact, there's lots of lenders in the marketplace that don't have branch networks, or they don't have a building that you can walk up to and talk to a banker. They only fund mortgages, and so some of those lenders won't allow you to port your mortgage. So even if you think it's a good decision financially, if you do a little bit of research, you might find out that practically you're not going to be able to port your mortgage. So that's something you need to keep in mind. If your lender says, yeah, you can port your mortgage, then you're going to want to hear about some of the other little things that you need to know, like how many days notice do I have to give them, how long is it going to take to port, what other information are they going to want from me. And keep in mind that even if you do port your mortgage, you're still going to be subject to maybe some appraisal costs or some legal fees or some administrative charges. So you'll want to educate yourself on that. But you can transfer your mortgage to a new property or to your new home. And as always, we would just encourage you to take the time to make sure that the decision is right for you. And there's lots of ways you can get help doing that. And so anyway, that's can you transfer your mortgage to your new home? Yes, you can.